行くぞケンタッキーチキン食って強くなっぞ
光るドラゴンボトル付き最強セットじゃケンタッキーで so good.
So I woke up this morning, had a cup of coffee, took the dogs out, and when I went online, I saw this. This is what you think it is. It looks like Vegeta as a child. Someone's recording the screen of Dragon Ball Daima, and we know that this is something that has been hinted on from the Dragon Ball Daima episode where we find out that there are bugs that will allow two people to fuse together. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about this situation that's going on this week with this screenshot and explain to you guys what my thoughts are on it, if I think it's real, and what a mini Vegeta would be like, how strong he would be, and if he fits in the Dragon Ball Daima world. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this. Do you guys think this is fake? Do you think this is real? Let me know in the comment section below. So right off the bat, I know a lot of you guys are skeptical on whether this is going to be legit or not because we've seen things like this in the past. So many different what if screenshots of Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super 2, and now Dragon Ball Daima. Like, this is something that's been going on for years, so I want to address it right off the bat and say that no, this is absolutely unequivocally fake. It is created by this artist right here, or Alan Art 7 on Twitter. So this is something that is absolutely fabricated, but I guess people have been sharing it around, spreading it around as it is absolutely true. So now that I've cleared that up for you guys, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys were already skeptical to begin with. I mean, is it that far off? Well, no. This honestly is probably one of the best iterations of a Vegito in the Dragon Ball Daima style that I've seen so far because it encompasses everything that these mini styles are. Remember, this isn't Kid Goku or Kid Vegeta or whatever. No, these are just miniature versions of what we already got. So it's not like they're children. They still retain all their memories and all their power. So they would absolutely be able to go into the Potara fusion. And seeing as how you get the Potara fusion by the Potara earrings, which we have a Kai who is here on this trip, on this journey through the demon world in Dragon Ball Daima, well, it is highly probable that you could use the Potara fusion to get Goku and Vegeta, but that's not what Dragon Ball Daima tells us. Dragon Ball Daima tells us that there is going to be a fusion between two characters, and with the artwork, I know they say two in the translation, but with the artwork, possibly three, and this will be a fusion later down the line. We don't know the specifics of this fusion, we don't know how strong this fusion is, but just for the world of Daima, and the fact that minis are actually not child versions of the Z Fighters, I want to talk about this guy right here, how he would operate, and what would be the differences between this version of Vegito and the other two that we see in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. First and foremost, this version of Vegito would have the shortest time limit. And the reason I'm saying this is because originally we found out through retcons that there is now a time limit on Potara fusions. And so the stronger a fusion person is, or the fusion beings are, the shorter that fusion duration is going to be. So you're going to be having characters that are really powerful on the offset, and you're going to get a fight that lasts a few minutes like you did with Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. So we know that to be true. But we also know one other thing to be true, that in Daima, when everyone transforms into children, they are not really quite sure how to use their abilities or their power, and essentially being unstable. And so with that being said, just like Goku and Vegeta being mini and not really knowing how to use their bodies right away, we could assume that Vegito not only would not be able to use the full extent of his capabilities right away with simple things such as flying, but because we also know that on top of the power levels changing the duration of the fusion, but certain attacks can deplete the fusion as well, certain powerful attacks, we could hypothesized that Goku and Vegeta in mini form would accidentally use too much of the power of a mini Vegito and shorten the time span for this. So on top of them not understanding really how to use their body and not really being able to use the body of a mini Vegito, they would also accidentally use strong attacks that would deplete the fusion even further. So how strong is mini Vegito? Well, honestly, this is the reason that I'm saying that the attacks themselves with the inexperience could deplete the fusion even faster because, yeah, this is literally just a miniature version of Vegeta that we got. Goku, from what we've seen in Dragon Ball Daima, does not seem to be any weaker than his Dragon Ball Z counterpart. He doesn't seem to be weaker at all. It's just that he is smaller, and the fact that he doesn't really have a full grasp on his powers and his body, his miniature body, which is how they're trying to write him in this world to kind of nerf him a little bit so he's not so powerful. But still, it would just be a Vegito that wouldn't understand his powers, wouldn't have as much experience, and would have difficulty with things like flights and moving and stuff like that. He'd have to get used to his body. But this is a Vegito that was the strongest warrior in Dragon Ball Z, actually. He's the strongest one. His fusion is the most powerful. It went toe-to-toe against Buhan, which is a Buu that had, at that point, absorbed the strongest fighter that was still alive, which is Gohan. So this fusion would be strong enough to face off against a Buu that has absorbed other powerful warriors that are the same level, around the same level as a Mystic Gohan. But does the Demon World even have a character to this level? I don't think so. This is the reason that I don't think it's going to be Vegito, because if you even take a look at the end of Z, Kid Buu is the original Majin, and if they had gone into Vegito, they would have been able to easily destroy him because they would be far stronger than him. So Buu was only really at his pinnacle strength with Buhan after he absorbed several Z fighters. So whatever character or warrior that is going to be in the Demon World, if he wants a chance at being able to fight off against anybody even close to Vegito's level, he would have to absorb equivalent warriors that are around that level, such as Gohan, which he's not going to have. So I don't see there really being any sort of need for Vegito in the Dragon Ball Daima story, mainly due to the fact that there aren't any warriors that are going to be that should be brought up to that level, because that means you would have to be bringing up a character that is far stronger than Kid Buu, when Kid Buu, even by Goma standards, is extremely powerful. So this is a huge retcon if they decide to bring a villain that is even close to the level of Vegito. But that's the thing. That's why I don't think that we're going to be getting this version of Vegito in Dragon Ball Daima, and we'll be getting something different. That way we won't really be able to tell the power level or not. But anyway, guys, what do you guys think of a mini Vegito? How would he work? Would you like a mini Vegito in Dragon Ball Daima? Let me know in the comment section below.
Prepare yourself, Dan Saiyan.